Presenting my design for an ethical machine learning product. So the product is going to be an AI app for my current client, an art gallery in Tribeca. The current problem is that the art gallery needs more engagement and therefore sales. The new visitors, customers, or casual watchers are struggling to find pieces that they love. The art gallery has over 1,500 art pieces that are changing, and it's also difficult to find the piece that not only fits your preferences, your space, but also your budget, right? So, our goal here would be to build a habit for our newcomers to be more engaged with art pieces that we currently have, as well as get exposure to the art news in general. While I was working on the machine learning application project, we built a model for increasing the email engagement by showing recommendations for our current customers. So we had their history, and here what I want to do is use the same approach of showing recommendation, having personalized approach to our customers, and kind of broaden the scope of influence for our newcomers. So the solution is an app powered by AI that makes it easier for people to discover art that they love. It will give personal recommendations. It will let users preview art in their homes, share gallery share gallery news and the news from the art world. In addition, we're thinking to add a merchandise shop in there to support the sales. So when we get into the task analysis, our key task is to discover a few personally compelling in-stock art pieces that speak to our users, right, and eventually move them towards a visit of a gallery and the purchase. Well, this is the main task. The subtask will include the onboarding, browsing suggestions, reading about artworks, previewing them in their room, and deciding what to do next with our additional follow-up. So here is a little bit in detail about it. So the onboarding should be very straightforward, right? We're picking styles. We're offering a user to pick art styles that they're fond of, their buying capacity, or the price range that they want to spend on a particular art piece. And optionally, they can choose their room type and upload a screenshot of the space. They will browse the For You section, right, where they're gonna be scrolling through personalized pics. There is gonna be quick action buttons such as like, save, or not for me. The section of learning, such a sort of a deep dive into the art, where users are able to read provenances, artist bio, materials, dimensions of the art pieces, price, availability, and see similar works. Again, the in-room preview, pretty straightforward. They either gonna upload the photo or use augmented reality feature, which is gonna scale everything to dimension. They'll be able to toggle through frames and get lightning suggestions. And then they need to decide on the next step whether they want to book a viewing of the art piece, they want to chat with the curator, add this art piece to cart, or possibly add a merchandise with a print of that art piece, and of course join the watch list for updates. The follow-up on our end will come from the notifications, such as new works that match the style, the preferences, announcements, and possible price changes, news, etc. All right, so in terms of the insights, I believe that onboarding should be kept very short. It should be stuck to like 3 basic points as style, color, mood, and price band, right? To get off the cold start while everything else can wait. Make the browsing, just like a swipe type based browsing, easy, seamless. We're going to provide explanations why each piece is recommended, and make the room preview in just 2 taps. So again, it would be seamless. All right, moving on to user experience design. So how the users will interact. Again, I'm repeating myself. So there is going to be basically the home, the For You section with a rank carousel of in-stock works and the wildcards. So those are the art pieces that are going to be mixed in just to, show other art pieces. I'll explain that later in the presentation. The try-in room experience, right, where we're again uploading the picture or using the augmented reality. The learning section, where there's gonna be news, stories, information about the art pieces and artists themselves, the shop button, and the concierge button, again, where they can directly message with a curator, book viewing, and get quotes for framing and deliveries, right? User design considerations. In terms of user experience, inputs like likes, skips, and photo uploads will train the system and the searches, of course, right? There's going to be a real-time feedback loop that improves those recommendations. It's going to be an instant re-ranking after those likes or saves, and there's going to be controls such as more like this or less like this, and of course the post-purchase surveys for future picks, future interest. I plan to provide transparency through showing why each piece was recommended, right? So because you liked, explanation labels, or it can be as specific as because you like textured abstracts under a certain price point, or this is a great color match to the snapshot that you uploaded, or I don't know, based on the artist style. And of course, we're going to communicate the uncertainty through confidence badges such as high match, medium match, discovery labels, and grouping suggestions of, 8 to 12 art pieces versus just relying on one. There are some images of a possible interface, a basic mock-up, but gives a better understanding of what I'm talking about. I certainly hope so. All right, moving on to the privacy considerations. again, the data that we're collecting, right? Tons of personal information, their preferences, their budgets that they're willing to spend on the art pieces, the images that they're uploading of their rooms. Of course, the transactions, like basically all the money movement that can signal the system. And right, so all of this is a sensitive data. So our risks include that we're capturing unintended personal data, and we can be over profiling. Oops, sorry about that. Our mitigations that are FIPS aligned. So in a few, like I put on the slide more, but in a few, we're gonna address this by minimizing data collection, right? We're gonna just get only what's needed for our recommendations and visualization, right? We're gonna try to have on-device processing for photos, and basically otherwise we're gonna encrypt everything. We're gonna include the default 30-day photo retention unless the user chooses to save it to profiles. And of course, we're going to give clear controls to users on viewing and exporting and deleting their data, as well as all the opt-ins for marketing and research. Right. The last part is more of a technical. I'm talking about the role-based access control. So this is where certain employees have access only to certain data, right? So, for example, where a curator may have access only to uploaded photos and recommendation settings, while where like the marketing stuff can only see engagement analytics and not private user data. This will prevent like over permissioning and reducing the risk of accounts being compromised. As well as we're going to include the audit logs, right? So tracking of everyone logging in and seeing which particular part of the system they logged in. And of course, the vendor due diligence. This is the part where we are covering the securities of our cloud provider, right? That everything is encrypted there and it complies with our regulations. The analytics provider, right? I'm going to touch base on that on the next slide, that it needs to comply with the privacy laws. And the content delivery network, CDN, also needs to confirm that they encrypt traffic. All right. Moving on to the applicable laws, again, all in detail on the slide, but basically FTC Act in the United States that protects unfair and deceptive practices, right? Because the gallery is located in New York, we also have to comply with New York Shield Act, the security program for New York residents' data, right? The privacy laws, CCPA, CPRA, and because a third of a whole current database of users is located in Europe, we have to comply with GDPR as well. COPPA for the age restrictions. We don't want any accounts under 13 years old. And again, consent banners for European tracking, our e-privacy and cookies. All right, our ethical considerations. And anticipated bias sources. So basically, the main biases we anticipate will include over promoting the popular artists and expensive artworks. All right, so as well as favoring certain aesthetics. Favoring certain aesthetics bias from the training data, right? As well as photo bias from the pictures that are uploaded, possibly in lower quality, and which can result in the poor color matches, as well as geographic biases, right? So how are we address this through meeting the three goals of building an ethical AI product, right? We need to touch base on fairness, accountability, and transparency. We'll address this by making sure that the emerging artists and affordable pieces are always included, that we have human curators that will oversee the recommendations, as well as do the bias audits that will be done on regular basis. I'm thinking quarterly basis. And finally, we'll stay transparent by explaining recommendations, our consistent why this pick, as I described earlier, like because you liked something or color match to your uploaded snapshot, similar brush work to this or that artist. The ability to reset profile, and of course publishing the fairness commitments in the statement. I'm sorry, I'm getting caught up with my words. All right, and in conclusion, I just want to say that the goal of this app is to turn our casual visitors into engaged buyers by offering them a variety of commitment level, right? Whether it's intent to buy an artwork and booking a viewing, or it's possibly committing to a T-shirt with a print of that artwork to see how you like being near it, right? It provides personal discovery, it educates, and we certainly raise the trust of our visitors and customers by offering personalized recommendations. And of course, that should drive our sales of the gallery. I believe it's a beautiful example of the work of a teamwork of a human and AI, where AI is handling all the heavy data work, and humans, in a face of curators and users, are providing context and feedback and final decision. I hope you enjoy that. Thank you.